Blue Book: The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Audiobook summary. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is a classic Gothic novella that explores the duality of human nature, morality, and the capacity for both good and evil within a single individual. Told largely through the perspective of the lawyer Gabriel John Utterson, the story examines how repression, secrecy, and scientific ambition can unleash a darker side of the human soul. The story is set in Victorian London, a city of strict social codes, shadows, and narrow streets. Dr. Henry Jekyll is a respected physician and scientist, admired for his charitable work and upright character. He is friends with Mr. Gabriel John Utterson, a lawyer, and Dr. Hasty Lanyon, another prominent doctor. Jekyll, however, struggles privately with his darker impulses, desires and thoughts he cannot reconcile with his public reputation. He fears that society's moral constraints prevent him from indulging in these urges without shame or legal consequences. Jekyll's solution to this internal conflict is groundbreaking but dangerous. He formulates a chemical potion that can transform him into another persona, one free from ethical restraint. Upon drinking the potion, Jekyll becomes Edward Hyde, a cruel, violent, and amoral version of himself. As Hyde, he can act on his basest desires without remorse, social responsibility, or fear of discovery. The transformation is both physical and psychological. Hyde is smaller, younger, and repulsive in appearance, representing the embodiment of Jekyll's suppressed evil. Initially, Jekyll experiments with Hyde in secrecy, reveling in the freedom to indulge in actions considered immoral or illegal. Hyde commits acts of increasing cruelty, including the brutal murder of Sir Danvers Carew, a respected member of Parliament. Witnesses describe the attack with horror, noting Hyde's monstrous strength and inhuman ferocity. The murder shocks London society and intensifies Utterson's concern, as Jekyll had legally left all his property and affairs to Hyde in his will, suggesting a troubling link between the two men. Utterson investigates, questioning witnesses and analyzing Jekyll's behavior. Despite Jekyll's assurances, Hyde's influence grows stronger, and the transformations begin occurring spontaneously, even without the potion. Jekyll's moral struggle deepens. He enjoys the freedom Hyde provides but is increasingly horrified by the destruction and terror Hyde causes. Friends such as Dr. Lanyon become alarmed as Jekyll's scientific experiments grow secretive and extreme. Lanyon witnesses a horrifying transformation when Jekyll, in a fit of desperation, becomes Hyde before his eyes. The event shatters Lanyon's rational worldview and ultimately contributes to his death from shock and stress. The novella unfolds as a suspenseful investigation, with Utterson piecing together letters, accounts, and testimony to understand the connection between Jekyll and Hyde. Over time, it becomes clear that Hyde's presence cannot be contained. He represents not only Jekyll's darker impulses but also the inherent duality of human nature. Jekyll's attempts to control Hyde falter as the evil side grows more dominant, committing crimes without regard for consequences. In a dramatic final revelation, found in a letter written by Jekyll shortly before his death, Jekyll explains the experiment and its effects. He confesses that Hyde is the embodiment of all his suppressed desires, cruelty, and selfishness. Jekyll had hoped to separate his virtuous self from his immoral impulses, but in doing so, he allowed the darker side to gain autonomy. The transformation becomes irreversible, and Jekyll realizes that he can no longer control Hyde. Consumed by fear and despair, he ultimately chooses to end his life to prevent Hyde from causing further harm. The novella concludes with Utterson and others understanding the terrifying implications of Jekyll's experiment. The capacity for evil resides in everyone, but societal pressures, repression, and ambition can mask it. Stevenson's work explores profound philosophical questions about identity, morality, and the human psyche. The duality of Jekyll and Hyde has become an enduring symbol of the struggle between the respectable public self and the hidden, darker instincts within. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is celebrated for its tight narrative structure, suspenseful Gothic atmosphere, and psychological depth. Stevenson combines horror with moral inquiry, creating a story that interrogates the limits of scientific ambition, the consequences of denying human nature, and the fine line between civility and savagery. The novella remains a cornerstone of Gothic literature, influencing countless adaptations in literature, theater, film, and popular culture, and continues to provoke reflection on the duality inherent in every human being. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.